Alright, so welcome back to Science 8. This will be the beginning of our Unit 2. And it talks about matter, okay? Things that, or particles that make up matter. So let's begin. So it says here, Unit 2, the behavior of matter can be explained by the kinetic molecular theory and atomic theory. So in this particular unit, we're going to cover these topics called kinetic molecular theory and atomic theory. And the word kinetic, all that means is motion. All right, so motion of molecules. And atomic theory, you've heard from probably in grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, maybe even grade 7, that everything that we know of is made up of atoms. So let's begin. It says here in topic 2.1, how does matter affect your life? So it says here, what does the word chemical mean to you? Chemicals are not necessarily dangerous. Chemical means the same as matter. And so you did a little project for me, or a poster project for me, where we talked about certain chemicals inside aerosol cans or detergents or things that you found in household products. And we talked briefly about how some of those are dangerous, okay? And you should remember why some of those are dangerous. Everything, including you, is made up of chemicals. So you're made up mostly of 4 chemical types: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. And so here is a pie chart that tells you that you're mostly made up of oxygen. It looks like 65%, carbon 18%. And if you think about carbon, some of the things that you have played with possibly is if you own a barbecue, if you own a pencil, the black stuff inside the pencil, that's carbon. So you're actually made up of the same stuff. Hydrogen is a gas, nitrogen is a gas, calcium, phosphorus, chlorine, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, all of those makes up about 4% of who you are. Now 65% of you is made up of oxygen, but I'll explain later, you're not actually a gas, you're a solid. It says here, when people use the word chemical, they're really talking about matter. And matter is anything that takes up space. And so there is a series of things inside your kitchen, inside your bedroom, inside you. Everything is made up of matter. Okay? So it says here, in your own words, define the term matter. And we talked briefly, matter is anything that takes up any space. Okay? It says here, what kind of misunderstandings can result when people use the word chemical when talking about issues involving health and the environment? Now, sometimes people misunderstand the word chemicals. They mean totally different things than matter. Chemicals, they always assume that it's something to do with like chemistry, or something to do with like making experiments or things that blow up. Okay? But everything is some form of chemical. All right? Chemicals in your daily life have characteristics that make them useful or hazardous, or both. Now, this is toxic. All right? This is explosive. One of these is cautionary. One of them is a warning. You need to remember these now. Okay? It says here, some types of matter that you use every day can be hazardous. Information labels, right? The WHMIS labels that we talked about give you information about how to properly handle the matter. So we talked about the WHMIS labels. We talked about the hazardous household product symbols, warnings and hazards. This is, of course, flammable, dangerous, right? Border looks like a traffic yield sign. It's dangerous. It says your border product looks like a traffic stop sign. Contents of the container are dangerous. This is, of course, explosive. If punctured or heat or pieces can cause serious injury. Corrosive. Oops, I made a mistake earlier. This was, of course, corrosive. It says product inside the container will burn or stomach, throat if swallowed, burn skin or eyes, contact. Flammable, product will catch on fire easily if sparks, flames, or heat. Poisonous products will cause illness or death if you eat or drink it. Smelling or licking the product may be enough to cause harm. And I think everybody knows not to smell or lick chemicals. So there's the borders, and these are the hazards. Okay, we've gone through a whole unit test, so you're going to get some quiz questions on this again. What is HHPS system and why is it used? Which HHPS system would be on spray paint? I'll leave that for you to think about. Concept number 3 says handling of chemicals and equipment safely is important in school and work. It says by law, everyone in the workplace, including school, must know about the chemicals and know how to safely handle them. So yes, we covered this, and now it's going to come back. It says Workplace Hazardous Material Information System, WHMIS. WHMIS provides information about how to store, handle, and dispose of chemicals. Also provides first aid information. Okay, so we're going to quickly review again some of these terms. The WHMIS symbol. So we have the exploding bomb. We have the gas cylinder. Okay. Health hazard may cause or is suspected of causing serious health effects. A flame. Corrosive damages to metal as well as skin or eyes. Exclamation mark may cause less serious health effects or damage to the ozone layer. Flame over circle, which is an oxidizing hazard. The skull and crossbones can cause death or toxicity with short exposure to small amounts. Very dangerous. Biohazard, infectious materials, organisms or toxins that can cause disease in people or animals. Okay, and you should have notes to all of these. I've posted the notes online from the package that we had done earlier, so if you are missing it, you can always refer back to the PDF in our course notes. Okay. It says here, what is WHMIS and what role does it play in laboratory safety? Well, we know that it's something that if you are going to work in a lab, everyone needs to know some of the safety precautions and some of the first aid that you can need to apply, okay, if there's an accident. It says, why is it important to have common sets of safety labels and icons for hazardous chemicals in all workplaces and schools? Well, we would want a standard safety set of rules for everybody so that we all abide by the exact same set of rules, no matter what location you're at, no matter what school you're at. Okay, we all have to abide by the same set of rules. And the last slide. It says here, how does matter affect your life? Well, everything including you is made up of chemicals. Chemicals in your daily life have characteristics that make them useful, hazardous, and harmful, or both. So handling chemicals and equipment safely is important at school and at work all the time. Okay, so that concludes our first section of unit number 2.